How fast is the McLaren in Formula 1 right now? Is it half a second faster than the field, a third of a second, a quarter of a second, a whole second? It depends on you ask. And that also extends to Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, their two drivers as well, as they don't agree on how much of an advantage their car has. So let's have a look at what Norris and Piastri have been saying about their papaya machine. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com as always. They are yet to have a major on-track clash, but off the track, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri do not see eye to eye on one particular topic. After crashing in qualifying and then finishing in 4th place in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, former championship leader Norris insisted that the McLaren may no longer have the fastest car in Formula 1. However, he says that is no surprise to him. No, it's not surprising, Norris said. They, Red Bull, are just as fast as us in qualifying and in the race too, said the British driver, whose teammate Piastri won at Jeddah and took over the points lead. Just because we are fast in practice, people are saying all kinds of nonsense, Norris added. Let them say what they want. We don't believe that we have much an advantage. I actually think that Max Verstappen would have been the fastest in the race had he not had that penalty. People keep saying that we are the best, we are the fastest, blah, blah, blah. But that is only because we show a bit more pace in practice and then it's over in qualifying. That's our way of doing things. That's how we believe and optimize things. If we didn't do it that way, we'd be even further behind. Norris therefore left Jeddah not only vowing to work on minimising his own mistakes, but declaring that McLaren also has work to do. We suffer on a track like this, he said. We suffer with DRS compared to other teams. We are not fast enough on the straights. When asked about his teammates' remarks, championship leader Piastri had a straightforward answer as to whether he agrees. No, said the Australian as he smiled. I think our car is still quicker. Max was quicker than I expected for sure, and we clearly have got some work to do, but I think our car is still very good. I think we still have an advantage. I don't think it's as big on surfaces like this and layouts like this, but we still have a very strong car at the moment. However, McLaren CEO Zak Brown sides a little more with Norris's perspective, including the concept that while Red Bull tends to use less engine power on Fridays, McLaren takes a different approach. You never know who's using which strategy in which practice, he told Sky Deutschland. Our race pace is better than on a single lap. We are strong on a single lap too, but Max is strong, a great driver, and so are Mercedes and Ferrari. You can certainly assume that all four will win races this year, Brown added. So while Norris and Piastri disagree off track, Red Bull advisor Dr. Helmut Marko thinks the real advantage for Verstappen's team is that the orange-coloured duo are both in contention for the World Championship. I doubt either of them will submit to any team orders, he told ORF, and it's actually a great opportunity for us to have them fight each other. We prefer it if one wins alternatively than the other, Marko smiled. Well, yeah, of course. It is interesting because, you know, I don't think even the biggest McLaren fan, and I'm a pretty big McLaren fan, would ever say that Piastri and Verstappen and Norris are all kind of in the same league as each other. They're not far off each other in terms of the performance of car and driver right now, and the championship shows that. But level playing field, Verstappen beats both of them. Verstappen probably beats anybody right now in Formula 1. That's how good he is. But I agree more with Piastri. And I think Piastri, it's the psychological battle. I know that Norris and Piastri get on with each other, but they both recognise that they are both in a championship battle this season. For the first time ever, both of them are. Norris was last season, a little bit, but he's properly in a battle this year, and his teammate is his main competitor. And he knows that the psychological warfare is big. If Piastri wins, Piastri has every right to then say, yeah, you know, my car is the fastest car, I am the fastest driver, I have won 3 out of the first 5 races. However, alternatively, Norris has struggled relatively. He's not won since the opening round of the season. So then he will say, well, no, the car is not the best. There's not that much between us and Mercedes and Red Bull and Ferrari, because that then legitimises his position. And with Norris also saying that, oh, the car isn't the fastest, and then Piastri being told that and asked to respond, it puts Norris down. I'm not saying what Piastri is doing is wrong. He's doing the right thing. He's doing exactly the right thing. Both of them are. Both of them are being very clever and choosing their words very wisely right now. And I like it. I like this. It's good competition, you know. It's fair, I'm waiting for this on-track battle. We saw a little bit of it in Japan, but I want to see an all-out ding-dong battle, as we would say here, between these two guys, because I think it'd be absolutely incredible, to be honest. And I wouldn't rule out them coming to blows at some point as well. We've seen it so many times, the Mercedes, the Red Bulls, the Ferraris back in the day. You know, the McLarens back in the day too, of course, as well. Remember Alonso and Hamilton? I do. I'm old enough to remember that. Crazy times. But yeah, there we go, guys. Interesting quotes. I think that McLaren have a small advantage, probably 1/4 of a second, 0.3 of a second, something like that. I think Piastri was holding back a little bit in the race. On one lap, though, in the right conditions, that Red Bull in the hands of Max Verstappen can beat anybody. But I think overall in race pace, I would put the McLaren at an advantage. And I think, to be honest, because of how long the season is, how limited they are in terms of their components, you know, a potential safety car, you know, things like that, I do think that Piastri was holding back a little bit in Saudi. I don't think he was going all out 100% because he knew that Verstappen had that penalty, or was hoping he was going to get one, and he did. So he didn't need to push all out. Because if you look at the pace of Norris's pace was absolutely incredible in Saudi at times. And I think if he started in the top 5, he would have probably finished second place behind Piastri. But it's only because he was so far down that he didn't have a chance of that. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. I want to hear what you have to say about this. Do McLaren have the fastest car in Formula 1 right now? Is it Piastri correct, or is it Norris, or is it a bit of both? Your thoughts, as always, are appreciated there. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And we'll see you soon. Have a good one.